Hey there, a little bit of a different episode today. We're just going to do a season review and talk about some plans for the future with the club, players to keep, players to let go, stuff like that. Frankly, I haven't had time. I actually took a couple days off from recording to go home and visit my parents with my kids and all that kind of stuff. Good times. And so that's what's going to happen today. So I haven't had time to go through all with the transfer window, get to the next season and all that kind of stuff. I do want to say thank you. We're up to, as of the time I'm doing this, which is Sunday night before this comes out on Monday. It's like 11:36 right now. We're up to 202 subscribers, which is just freaking amazing because literally we started July at 130. So you guys have been phenomenal. You're sharing this. Like I can see it in the analytics. Please keep doing that. Please get your friends to come watch the series. And I'm open to criticism and comments. I want to do stuff that you guys like, so leave comments on that stuff too. So with that having been said, let's get into it. Let's take a look at our season. All right. So I had somebody point out, actually, I'm going to look that up. We had a commenter, because I think in the last episode, I was kind of bummed, to be fair, right? I was like, hey, we almost got promoted. If we'd gotten that goal, we would have been promoted, where, I think it was God's Way, held up the ball. He had runners. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the last episode, even though I just gave it away. But Nicholas Fogd, sorry if I butchered your name, man. Don't be so sad. You did a good job in the season. Being promoted, directly coming to top 3, fantastic. Your team will have problems in the Super League anyway. It's not always the best to get promoted every season. And that's a really good point. We did just get promoted, right, last season into this first division, and to come in third place, 2 points off second place, 14 points off the top to make the promotion playoff and to almost get promoted. Okay, fair. That's quite nice. A little concerned on the budget, but we've got some players to make some decisions on. So we're overspending right now, but next season it's going to be 8.25K. So we're right in line. We're actually below that. But again, we've got some contracts we have to decide on. Top goal scorer, Daniel Holmes, surprisingly. But not really. He played a bunch, right? 16 goals. Highest average rating, Vito, who we've signed to a long-term contract. Happy about that? Yes, I am. I think it's Mace Falk. Someone told me I think it's Mace because I was calling it Mads. I apologize if that's wrong. Let me know in the comments. Mace Falk with 10 assists. Christensen, that shadow striker we brought in, he's on an amateur contract. He's probably not going to stick with it. He's quite falling apart, isn't he? Yeah, he is. But highest pass completion at 88%. Daniel Holm with 4 Player of the Match awards. Ryder Peterson getting the 18 yellow cards because that's what he does. And a tie between our 2 ball midfielders, our left back, and our center back. Yes, excellent stuff. But the board's loving us. Job security, 80%. Let's take a look here at the board. So we have requested nothing because we have no money. We're up to 309,000 actually, which is quite nice because, we started back here, right? We were well in the hole. We got promoted, got some money, and then these spikes here that you're seeing are like it's like different periods in the first division, which I find fascinating. Depending on where you sit at the last day of that period, that breaks the season up to the three periods, you get a chunk of money. So that has really stabilized our financial situation quite nicely. You could say, right? Prize money 235. Delicious. Let's take a look at the overall squad though. So most appearances, goalkeeper, no shocker. Vito, no shocker. Moomin has played outstanding. What a pickup. 375 a week. He's on contract for another 2 years. First team, 3.5 stars. He has played outstanding. 4 goals, 2 Player of the Match, 725. What's his? He's got to have key headers, right? 92 key headers, because all the highlights it shows of him has him heading the ball. Now, to be fair, he's 6'4" with 15 jumping reach and 13 heading, so that makes sense. But that's why he was such a good pickup. Quite pleased with Abdul. Falk playing a bunch. Nissen, because we don't have another right back, and we probably played 5 games with, the 3-4-2-1, something like that. Or maybe a couple more than that, because he also plays right midfield. God's Way getting 29 appearances, 3 subs. Kaltoff 29, Johannesson. So Holmes, surprisingly, our starting striker, but he got injured, so he's 26 goals. I think he got injured, didn't he? A calf strain. Yes, he had a calf strain. That's why. Right. Yep, we knew that, because at the end of the season we were falling apart. A good 21 appearances. This is the one I'm most gutted about. His contract's up. He's $600 a week. He's going to be out for another 2 to 3 months. And he's taken a physicals hit. He was quite good for us, right? 9 goals in 20 appearances, 1 every 2 essentially, 4 assists. What is that? Oh, 4 penalties. 2 players of the match, 7.20 rating. He's quite good, but he's expensive, and I'm imagining his contract request is going to be high, and he's got knee tendonitis, and I think the board's going to tell us, sorry, you cannot keep him. But that's my first real question for you, is what do we do with Agut? Do we keep him? Do we cut him loose and find a replacement? I have been scouting some replacements, but they've all got their own warts, just like he does. Love your thoughts there. But that's the appearances. Goals, Holm with 16, Vito with 11, Falk with 10. Quite nice from the advanced playmaker there. The attacking midfield role, oh good, with 9. And then it's a bunch. I mean, when you've got a striker and a midfielder, an attacking midfielder, a winger, and then you have a center back and your shadow striker tied with the same amount, that's not so good. Other left wing who got a bunch of appearances now. He's got 3 goals, 7 assists. That's a little low, I feel like, for him, to be fair, right? Not that many goals for us, only 1 in league. Not that he didn't contribute, right? 695, played well. Staring with 3, Camille with 3, so all right. Falk and Vito up top with the assists. Donio getting the assist, Camille getting the assist on the wing there. Not unexpected. Highest rating, Vito, of course. Of course, he's amazing. Moomin playing well. Falk playing well. Jakobsen only had 7 appearances, played a 7.22. Some of those are going to be, right? He's 6.99 he had a 9.1 game in the cup. Okay, fair. Larson, although he's rated quite poorly, I'm tempted to keep him one more season because he's cheap. If we can keep him around like 200 or something like that, he's 2-star, but like he's okay. And he's played well for us. We could talk about Johannes in here in a second. I'm not really happy with him. Koltoft, yada, yada, yada. Key passes. Falk, Holm, Donio, Vito, Camille, surprising nobody with any of that. Peterson with 11, not bad. Key headers. Our center backs playing well. Koltoft and Moomin. What's up with Koltoft here? We've got him a first-team contract. Right. It's expiring. We don't have the option to buy. We're going to try and talk to him because he's played quite well. He's played so well. We'd hate to lose him. We are paying his wages now, $450 a week. I think that was the whole wages, wasn't it? No, he's at $625. But he'd be one I'd feel comfortable upping the contract and dropping somebody else. So should we do that? That's the second question. What else we have here? And then it drops off. So the 2 center backs just destroying everybody on headers. Tackles, Koltoft. Johannesson surprising with 8, even though his rating has not been fantastic. Kind of came on at the end of the season. That's what I was going to talk to you about. It's 23 appearances, 2 subs, 685, 400 a week, 3-star. Just hasn't been as good as I was hoping it would be. So I'm tempted to try and sell him off to make a couple bucks and then find a replacement. I don't have anybody lined up. Something to talk about, obviously. Let's see. Nothing else crazy. Nissen was our 2 backs making mistakes, and then obviously Reiner Peterson, who gets yellow cards all day long. He's actually not as good as some of the other players of the club now, right? The players we have, it's gone up. Their ratings have gone up. Their abilities have gone up. All that kind of stuff. So 3-star. He's still quite a good player. He's on contract for another year. We're not going to get rid of him, but something to think about for the future. Really, that's the story of the season, right? If you come look at some of the people down here, Kaladin is amateur contract. If you look at the abilities, I guess. Mikkelsen injured. Unfortunately, he's here for another season. We'll see how that pans out. Staring, we're probably not going to be able to get him back on loan, would be my guess. Although his contract is up. He's $750 a week, though. There's no way. He hasn't played to be worth $750 a week to us. I mean, he's quite good. He's 22, right? He's just not going to improve here, so I'd take him on loan again, but I don't think he's going to be good with that. A good, I think we're going to have to cut, but I'm open to your suggestions on that. Right. Interesting. So let's take a look. I promise you I had a winger. I think it was a left winger. Yes. Let's look here. Yes, Christian Andersen. Available on a free. Wanted by us and Peterborough. Fairly inconsistent, makes me nervous. He plays attacking midfield well. Plays left well. Plays right well. Seems to be a great pickup. So 170 to 250 a week would be a significant decrease from Agood, so he can play on the left or the right or up in the center. Leading player, can improve by a slight amount in the future. Some interest in joining the club. Okay, we'll pay you 250 a week. Fine. Very technical, international. Doesn't have any strength, right? He's a 4 strength. So like his physicals are horrific, right? We actually think we have to pay him 375 unless he's played in the league. There's some weird work permit rules where it's like if you're going to bring somebody in from Ethiopia in this example, then you got to pay him at least 375. But that's still less than 600. Okay, is worried by the lack of interest from clubs, so no one's come in and picked him back up. He played well one season with Coach and can't see the stuff in the past. Didn't play too well here, but then 3 goals, 4 assists, 3 players of the match. Had a damaged heel, but like doesn't seem to be injury prone. I think he's a pretty good pickup, especially for like a winger. Crossing could improve, right? But he's very versatile. So like he could back up Falk, or if Falk got injured, he could play here. Decisions is horrific. That's a problem. But really more for the wing. So would love your thoughts on Christian Andersen. You can go back and pause if I went too fast there. Zahid Muhammad is another option, but he's the same boat. He's African. We've still got to pay him whatever. Although, right? Where's this? That's in Denmark. They're not paying him 375. That's interesting. Okay, but he's obviously very versatile as well. Not that you'd want to play him back there. So not great on the strength and the stamina. That's really the options we've got. I'm looking at the left instead of the right. We could try the right. Mark Gundlach just signed a contract. No, he didn't. I could have sworn he did. Okay, he's an option. He's more expensive, though. He's probably going to be about the same. And he's poor tackling. Right. Michael Zacco. So he's definitely an option, but he's going to be quite expensive. And he's valued at 54K. We can't, there's no way. We can't afford him. So that's why I was leaning towards Christian Andersen, because we can't afford pretty much anybody else. So let me know what your thoughts are there in terms of fixing that issue. And if you'd go after somebody to replace Johannesson, or if you'd give him another season and let his contract run out. All right, let's see what else we can take a look at here. I don't think we have our players. Oh, there it is. Yes. Players inducted in the Frem overall best 11. Vito, pick of the 2 players. Of course. He goes straight in the starting 11 on the best 11. Donio gets in, but not as a starter. That's interesting. Yao from last season is holding on to his spot. We still have Simon the Giant as our substitute. Stockholm, Ostenkirk, Donio, Jakobsen, Staring, Sundstrup. So added 2, so we still got Newson. I mean, these guys are all here. Larson is now backup. These guys are our starters. Camille may end up having to play for the guy we were just talking about that's injured, Ogood. There we go. And unless we find a replacement, he's also a fan favorite. I know if you're a fan favorite of Camille and you like actual BK Frem in real life, why don't you leave a comment and be like, I like Camille. Especially that cup goal. That was amazing. Falk and Holmes. So quite well there. Fans play of the season. Vito with the 40%, of course. He played out of his mind. Let's watch the goal of the season. I'm sure it's outstanding. That's when we played our 3-4-2-1. Kind of a Christmas tree, right? With a base. Like it's a Christmas tree stand. Falk crosses it in. I mean, that, to be fair, that's actually one of the best goals I've seen in my series. That's a pretty good one. A volley, top corner, quite nice actually. Signing of the season, Kevin Jorgensen. We should probably sign him to a contract. He's 19. He's improving. He is the replacement long term for Reinert Peterson. So he's going to take his spot. And then young player of the season, we've already talked about him. Abdul Mumin. Love you, mate. So Frem had been expected to be among those settling for mid-table safety this start of the season, but they were able to break out in the pack and secure a playoff berth. The Danish sucker free press. So match of the season, 5-2 against Veal, I believe is how you say that. Sorry if that's wrong. And then we don't want to talk about that game. Lost the quarterfinal to Brøndby. To be fair, they're quite good. 7% full in the attendance, just slightly empty. Right? We need some more of that. Team meeting, confidence review. They're loving us. We're untouchable, although they won't give us any money. Injury, yeah, a good. Sad days. Mickelson, sad days, because you're a January signing. Staring. Yeah, those are the two big ones. Training summary, right, season break. All right, so finances, I've already showed you this. I think we're going to just cut it short there. So I'd like to know your thoughts on Ogud and Johannesson. What would you do? And with Ogud, would you sign Christian Anderson, I believe is the name of the player we found there? Would you keep scouting? Would you play Camille instead? Because Camille, I mean, to be fair, he's also got horrific stamina and strength, so that makes the other guy look a lot better now, doesn't it? But he's a first-team contract, so... Oh, I guess we should look at that. Right, I thought we were done. So, Christensen, Mirabel, Nielsen, Kaladin, none of those guys are getting a contract. I think we need to give Kevin Jorgensen a contract. Kind of. Maybe. Or just let him sit there until someone's interested. I don't know. So, questions. Do we sign Kevin Foe Jorgensen to a contract? Okay, we've got Krabby, who played 9 games, 6 subs, 681. He's on 190-week rotation. He's 31. I'm not keen to keep him. Would you keep him? Oh, good. What would you do? Camille, I feel like we're going to have to re-sign. Although he's on 400 a week. That's quite a lot. But he can play on either side. He's either footed. 28. So I'm not saying we give him a long-term deal, maybe a 2-year deal. But, okay. Larson, if I can't find a left back, I think we're going to keep because he's decent and he's played decently for us. Nissen, who's our right back. Again, kind of the same thing. If we can't find somebody better, I'll keep him. But you can go back and pause if I went too fast there. Apologize. Holm is an interesting one. What would you do with Daniel Holm? He's 24. He's gone down to a rotation contract, $350 a week. Physical's falling down. He's also our leading goal scorer. 705 in the first division. 13 goals and 23 starts is not half bad. So would you keep him? What would you do? If you don't keep him, I guess we're going with Mickelson, but then, like, who else do we have, right? But Benessy, we're going to let walk. We tried to sell him. That'll save us $250 a week. We're going to promote our keeper at the U19 level. Adam Jakobsen is okay. 2 and 5. 668 is pretty bad. We didn't play him a ton, but I'm thinking we let him walk even though he's just 75 a week. That's my take on that. These guys, Kaltoft, if we could convert him off of loan, would be nice. Gonna try and do that. Yao, could we play Yao? Donyo doesn't play on the right side, does he? No, he does not. I was thinking if we could play Donyo over there and Yao on the left. I'd bring him back on loan. He doesn't like a big match, but he's good depth to have. And that's the end of the 2019 contract limits. So let me know your thoughts on all those. What would you do, right? Let's take a look at the U19s. Positions, Marco Yule is the one we're bringing up to the first team. We got him on a 160-week contract, so we're saving £90 a week compared to Babinci. 3.5-star, 5-star potential. Quite much better. Yes, a whole star rating better. And then nobody really outstanding. Viscom is here. We dropped him because he just wasn't getting playing time, and I wanted to make sure he was getting some time in the squad. Or did we drop him? Is he reserves? I guess he's reserved, so he didn't play much. That's disappointing. I was trying to get him some matches because, I mean, to be fair, he made 16 total appearances. So he played in half the games on a 709. So was just trying to, if he wasn't playing, I was trying to get him some game time. Some of these folks look really good, right? Is it purr? Is it purr like a kitty cat? I don't know. These two guys look good. Soon Anderson complains a lot about training, and work rate, you'd think you'd have good training capabilities, but what do I know? But that's what's going on there, really. So Marco Yule is the only one that's coming up. So that's what's going on with the team. I've now rambled on for about 20 minutes. Again, thank you so much for the support. It is just blowing my mind that we have 202 subscribers. I didn't think we'd get here this fast. So share this and let's get to 300. All right? Smash a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment. I have lots of questions for you. Go back, hit pause, type a long comment. I swear I'll read every single one of them. Because as we all know, I don't really know what I'm doing in FM. I'm new to this. So thanks for your help.